What's up, you guys? Justin here, and I'm back. I know I've been saying that I got a new setup. I just moved in, but I finally have the legit setup that I've been wanting, and I'm really excited, and this is how my videos are going to be from now on. So today, we are doing the top 10 films of 2017. By me choosing these 10 films, I'm not saying that these are the ones that are going to win all the awards. I'm just saying that these are my 10 favorite films of this year. Well, technically last year because it's 2018 now, so sorry for the late upload, but I finally got to see most of the movies I wanted to, and that's why I finally am getting this list out to you guys. So starting with number 10. Number 10, I have the movie Wind River. Wind River was a crazy thrill ride. Stars Jeremy Renner and Elizabeth Olsen, and it takes place in Wyoming in this crazy snowy setting with blizzards and insane nature. It's a crazy thrill ride. We have a hunter, Jeremy Renner, and he actually starts to work with the FBI to help solve this murder. It was just a crazy thrill ride, really heart-wrenching, and it was just a gorgeous film to look at, you know. Of course, it had the crazy white palette with all the snow and the blizzards. It was really animalistic and gritty on certain elements, and it does start slow as well as transitions very slowly, but once you get to the actual story that you've been waiting to see, all hell just breaks loose. So yeah, that's my number 10, Wind River. Number 9. Coming in at number 9, I got I, Tonya, starring Margot Robbie and Sebastian Stan. This is the real life story of Tonya Harding with her upbringings coming up in the skating world and eventually leading to the incident, quote unquote, the bashing of Nancy Kerrigan's knee. I had no idea that Tonya Harding was this person that they portrayed her in the film. Maybe they got some things right, maybe they didn't. This movie was pretty crazy. There was a lot of elements that I had definitely never heard, not only to the actual incident story, but with her whole life and upbringing as well. Just made you really feel for her, made her really human to you, you know, from being this skating icon to just being this person that was tormented her entire life. Margot Robbie, in my opinion, definitely deserves all the awards. I didn't even see Margot Robbie in the movie, I saw Tonya Harding. And Sebastian Stan knocks it out of the park too. He's a really hilarious character with all of his little mannerisms, and he really tries to portray Tonya Harding's ex-husband as well as possible. He totally embodies Jessica Lully. If you go back and see all of the footage that there's of him and Tonya together, it's just crazy. And you know, this movie, just one word to define it, is crazy. You definitely have to see I, Tonya. So that's my number 9. Coming in at number 8. So coming in at number 8, I got War for the Planet of the Apes. Just bought it. I still haven't watched it. I'm gonna rewatch it probably tonight, so that's like what I'm showing. Yeah, War for the Planet of the Apes is my personal favorite from the new Apes trilogy. The CGI motion capture on the apes is ridiculous. They really look like they're really there. Andy Serkis knocks it out of the park, of course. He's one of the best working actors today. Woody Harrelson also kills it. Him and Caesar's dialogues back and forth are just insane. A lot like Wind River, there's tons of snow, just the white palette everywhere, just blizzards, and it was really, really gorgeously shot. It was also really cool to see the things that they changed, as well as little shout outs that they have to the original Planet of the Apes movie, which was awesome for fans. And the way that it ended off was really good send off for this trilogy. I highly enjoyed this film. So yeah, that's my number 8. Now I got my number 7. Coming in at number 7, I have Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk. Pretty sweet little steelbook that they got right here. Surprisingly not as high quality of picture as you would like to see on a steelbook, but I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan, so I had to get it. Yeah, Dunkirk is, of course, Christopher Nolan movie, like I've already said. Huge fan. And this film takes place at the Battle of Dunkirk. Of all of our British soldiers trying to escape on the beaches. You see people being shot at and running through the alleyways. These 17, 18-year-old kids just out there fighting to survive. And what was really interesting about this film is that it takes place on the land, air, and the sea. He's not only trying to show 3 different physical areas with that, he's also showing 3 different times during the war. So this movie is actually jumbled up a lot like Memento, one of his really early films. In most parts it does feel like a very cohesive film, but in other parts it does jumble up from day to night to certain times, and you just kind of get lost a little bit, so I understand where that can throw some people off. As well as some of the storylines are not as impactful as the others. Personally, I feel that the storyline that was most important was the one that was taking on land with our three main protagonists. And the really cool thing about this movie is too, our actual soldiers, we don't even know their names. The only people's names we know are people coming in on the boats, the actual civilians trying to help with the war. And it's crazy, out of all these 400,000 men stranded on the beach, just how many they saved was incredible. So yeah, that's Dunkirk coming in at number 7. Number 6. Coming in at number 6, I got Logan. Yeah, what can we say? We finally got a rated R Wolverine film, and not only just Wolverine film, but something that the X-Men franchise should really look into doing from now on, because Deadpool and Logan were massive successes, not only at the box office, but with fans as well. This was the best send-off I think we could have possibly gotten for the Wolverine character, and Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. He's incredible. He's the character that we all know and love. The introduction of X-23 was really cool. I love the way that they did that. This isn't the exact Old Man Logan storyline. It's kind of a nod to it. Just throw a bunch of new stuff in there, but it was done very well. I'm really excited to see where the X-Men franchise goes from here. We have Dark Phoenix, and now that Marvel's acquired Fox, we're going to see the X-Men hopefully in the MCU in the future really soon. So yeah, Logan's my number 6. Now coming in at number 5. Number 5, we got another comic book movie. As you know, I love comic books and I love comic book movies, and number 5 is Wonder Woman. Yeah, so what is there to say about Wonder Woman other than it's the best DCEU film? Shocked everyone showing what a film like this could do, not only for change for women, but for DCU, as they've just had a really bad track record with Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad, and not only the fan criticism, but just actually giving people a film that they want to keep watching and can be enjoyable, but not just enjoyable, also good. And that's what Wonder Woman did. It's not just a fun, cool movie. Oh, we finally got a Wonder Woman film. It's a freaking good movie. Everyone's fears of Gal Gadot not having great acting skills were put to rest. She was incredible in this movie. The action was insane. Her and Chris Pine together were fantastic as well. I thought that the entire movie was great until a little bit of the third act. It suffered by the poor CGI. It kind of seemed like it was rushed in there with Ares. Also, the character of Ares was just really weak, and you didn't feel like Wonder Woman wasn't gonna win, of course. But, you know, what films have we seen in comic book movies where we actually get a good villain? It's still kind of up in the air. But yeah, Wonder Woman was an incredible movie, and I really also enjoyed Justice League, which came out as well this year. So kind of sucks that in 2018 we're only getting one DCEU film with Aquaman. So maybe in 2019 we'll get a few more, which the rumors have come out that we may be getting Wonder Woman 2, Shazam, and Suicide Squad 2. So we'll see what the future holds for the DCEU. Yeah, number 5 is Wonder Woman, and here's my number 4. So yeah, number 4, we have It. Probably the biggest shocker of 2017, a horror film that was an actual damn good film. It surprisingly wasn't that scary. It had creepy images, but it was more about just being a great coming of age film. All of the kids were fantastic actors, which makes the film that much better. The storyline was fantastic. The essence of Pennywise was incredible and just blew up the internet with how awesome he looked and sounded and acted. Bill Skarsgård was fantastic, and I'm excited to see what comes for It Chapter 2. Maybe 2019 or 2020. We'll see when that comes out. But yeah, all the kids killed it in this film. The creepy imagery of Pennywise was awesome. It's super funny, surprisingly. All of that comedy was fantastic. The writing was amazing. It felt like Stranger Things on steroids, because obviously they had some writers as well as one of the kids was an actor on the show. Yeah, it was amazing. It was an awesome horror film, and we'll see where the franchise goes from here. So that was my number 4, and here's my number 3. Number 3, I have Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok. I can't stop thinking about this movie, how freaking funny it was. Not only funny, how badass it was, how we got Hulk and Thor teaming up in a buddy comedy, but with amazing action. And seeing this new installment of Thor made me think that it was basically a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. They just kind of did it a little more sci-fi, added a ton of comedy. It doesn't really fit in with the other previous Thor movies, but hey, we got an actual good Thor movie for once, so I'm not mad. And I don't think anyone else is mad, considering that I think almost everyone I've talked to said this is one of their favorite Marvel movies of all time. And for me, I think it's easily like top 3 or 4 Marvel movies of all time. I loved Thor Ragnarok. Can't wait to buy it on 4K next month. So yeah, that's my number 3. Here's my number 2. Coming in at number 2, I have The Disaster Artist. I was a little late to the game watching Disaster Artist. I had to drive 40 miles to the nearest theater that was showing it. It's a cool little indie theater. And I think going to an old school theater that was a lot smaller and older dated was actually appropriate for this movie, considering of the style and just the background of the room. And the Franco brothers absolutely killed it. James Franco, regardless of everything else that's going on, he's a fantastic director and a fantastic actor. Same thing with Dave Franco. Just finally seeing the brothers work on something that they were so passionate about together was awesome. It was hilarious. It was just very well shot. And I didn't see James Franco. I saw Tommy Wiseau. It was absolutely incredible. Also, the addition of Seth Rogen and their other buddies in the movie was pretty damn awesome. Finding out a lot more about the awful movie we all know as The Room was incredible. And to make a good movie about an awful movie, probably one of the best achievements I've ever seen in a film in my entire life. So yeah, The Disaster Artist is number 2. Now I got my number 1. Coming in at number 1, my favorite movie of the year, we got Baby Driver. Yeah, I got the sick display on displate.com. Also got my first 4K buy, which is Baby Driver. So yeah, Baby Driver is my favorite movie of the year. I loved it. From the very opening action scene, you just see music's entire connection with this movie. Music was everything. See how our main character Baby reacts with music. We hear what he hears, and Ansel Elgort as Baby is incredible in this movie. Easily the best movie we've ever seen him act. He can sing, he can dance, he kills it in this movie. The comedy was awesome. We have the additions of Jamie Foxx and John Hamm, and the love story between Ansel Elgort and Lily James was also incredible as well. I'm a big Edgar Wright fan. I love the Three Flavors trilogy, and I think my previously favorite film of Edgar Wright would have to be The World's End, but now it's easily Baby Driver. I loved this film so much. It has the huge rewatchability factor. You really aren't going to get over watching this movie. It's just so fun. You really feel for the characters, and it's just a damn good time. Baby Driver was my favorite movie not only to see in theaters this year, but it's been my favorite movie to watch at home, and I just have so much fun talking about it and watching it. I would say out of all the movies though, since it's my number 1, if you haven't seen Baby Driver, go watch it now. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. What do you think of my new setup? Thank you so much for coming back and sticking with me through all the lag and the time I haven't made a video, but please, if you haven't, and if this is your first time watching my videos, like and subscribe, comment down there, and let's talk about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Justin, and I'll see you next time.